Good morning from day 2 in Maramures. So what's happening, everyone? Thanks for tuning in again, and today we're gonna visit the northern part of Romania, specifically the Maramures county, and we're gonna go and visit the Mary Cemetery, a few of the wooden churches, maybe a few museums, open-air museums of the houses that you know, are typically built in this region, and a few more other things depending on weather conditions and a few other things. But either way, let's see exactly what Maramures has to offer, and the first stop is going to be the Mary Cemetery. So guys, just made it to the Mary Cemetery here in Sapanta, and I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you guys this unique, you know, tourist attraction. You know, it's a cemetery like any other, but it has a twist. As you can see here, you know, there are blue crosses pretty much everywhere, and every single cross though has a little painting of the person that's buried here, and alongside the little painting, drawing, whatever you want to call it, there's a little life story, you know, pretty much says his name, exactly what they did, how their life was, you know, or how they died, and so on. And I'm not sure exactly how many graveyards there are, but as you can see, it's packed everywhere, and every single one, guys, is unique in one way or the other. There's also a little church here, a monastery, quite nicely decorated, especially the tile on top. Check it out, beautiful green. But yeah, let's check out a few more of these crosses. I know it feels a little bit odd, you know, just checking out the crosses and everything, but you know, it's called the Mary Cemetery for a reason, right? People wanted this place to be a place where people can just come and you know, I guess enjoy themselves, you know, life after death. I'm not sure, you know, it does seem strange, but yeah, it's quite unique in the world. I think it's the only one in this manner. But the cemetery was founded all the way back in 1935, so you got quite a bit of history here, and ever since then, only 2 people from what I know have worked at the cemetery. Pretty much, they make these crosses, and not sure exactly when the baton got passed on to the second person, but yeah, in almost 100 years, only 2 people have made these crosses and put them here in the final resting piece, I guess. But either way, let's check a few of these crosses out, and you know, show you guys pretty much, you know, some of the things that people, you know, wanted or may not have wanted written. Here's an example of a cross with a guy pretty much being a musician, and it says that he kind of, you know, partied a lot. This one's a perfect example, guys, of how old the cemetery is. This one's, you know, you can barely read what it's saying, and there's barely any color on it. You know, check out the one behind it. You know, completely different. So you can pretty much spend the whole day here just reading each cross, since each one has a unique story to tell. And the cool part about it as well is that the writing rhymes as well. So if you read it in Romanian, it has a rhyme to it. You know, each other verse. So it's quite you know, it's fun at the same time and unique without a doubt. The person that actually founded this Mary Cemetery, Stan Ioan Petraș, and it looks like you know, he lived between 1908 and 1977, so that's pretty much when the baton was passed to the second person that is creating these nowadays. As you can see, he was born in 1908 and he started this in 1935. So you know, he had, you know, at 27 years old he started making these crosses, and you know, with time it developed into this large cemetery that it's a symbol of Maramures, you know, alongside their wood churches. One other interesting thing about the blue that is found in the Mary Cemetery is that it's a unique blue. They call it the Sapanta blue. So all the crosses that are painted the blue, they say it's the unique formula in order to get this blue. If that's the case or not, you know, we will never know. Like many other things in life. So guys, right here at the entrance you also got a cross that is painted in the same manner as all the crosses in the cemetery, only this one depicts Jesus and you know, being on the cross and being stabbed by, you know, by soldiers, although these soldiers are dressed in modern day equipment and clothing. And also at the bottom you got the devil, and yeah, it's quite interesting, the twist that they got here. And here you got a scene where Jesus is reborn, and yeah, a few other things there that cannot see very well because the sunlight's right in my face. But either way, pretty cool sight, no doubt. So if you're in northern Romania, definitely worth to visit. Okay, so second destination of the day, and the last one because it's getting so late, is the open air museum of the Maramures village. I guess if you can call it that way. You know, it's a typical, you know, open air museum that kind of highlights, you know, how the villages in this area look like. You know, as you can see, they have everything made out of wood, churches made out of wood. You know, it's a wood industry, or it used to be, you know, big wood industry here in the region. You know, everything is covered with pine, oak, and a whole bunch of other types of trees. So yeah, I was gonna explore this a little bit. It's actually closed right now. We just asked the guard if you can just go and walk around for a little bit, see exactly how it is, and that's pretty much it. And as you can tell, many houses here have a very steep roof due to the excessive snowfall that occurs here between October and February. Right now there's not that much snow. It's early March, but either way, it's still a good way to protect, good insurance for the house if you have a steeper roof than usual. Something that I really enjoy here in this region, guys, and especially all over Transylvania, is the decorated doors or decorated entrances. As you can tell, there's a lot of design in these. You know, it looks like this is a rope shaped design, and it has a whole bunch of other stuff. You know, a lot of work that got put into these, and you'll see a few more other places, and especially doorways similar to this one right here. That's a typical doorway that you will find in Maramures and any other open air museum depicting the Romanian village. will have a similar door, but this one is typical for this region. This is a perfect example of how tall the roof is. It looks like it's twice the size of the house itself. You know, the snow had zero chances of staying on the roof. Good morning from day 2 in Maramures, and yep, dressed up this morning just for a little photo shoot and a little classical Maramures outfit. We're gonna see today maybe a waterfall if it's not frozen. It's super cold outside, and we're gonna go back to the monastery of Barsana. Since last night we got there and it was a little bit dark, so without further delay, let's get this day underway. So the first church of the day is the wooden church of Poienile. This is the first church in the UNESCO World Heritage, and we have another church right here. Our accommodation was just behind this newer church, but yeah, check it out, guys. Quite beautiful. I think this stack of hay with the church in the back and this not sure exactly what it is, you know, place where you can actually just gather up or something like that will look beautiful for a picture, even though the sky right now it's overcast. So guys, just made it to Barsana Monastery. It's a little bit cold right now. It's 9 a.m. in the morning. There's pretty much no one here. It's a Sunday though, so the people should be you know, showing up around 10 for the religious ceremonies. But without further ado, this is the entrance right here. This is a UNESCO World Heritage. This is the landscape around it. Looks quite beautiful. I may try to go and get a panorama of the whole complex from one of those hills. I'll see. There's a river right there. You can't see it from here, but I'll try to find a bridge or something that I can pass. But either way, yeah, it's beautiful. Let's see exactly, you know, if we can go inside right now, but it looks like, yeah, there's no one. It's deserted at this hour, and the sky is a little bit overcast. Not the perfect sky for photos, but we'll do the best we can, right? So this is the inside of the complex. Yeah, there's no one right here right now, guys. But yeah, it looks like this one actually is the big church, even though it looks quite renovated. You know, this one was, you know, I know from reading a little bit about it, destroyed by the Tatars, or, you know, part of the Mongolians back in the 1717, I believe, you know, and then rebuilt later on. But it looks like to the complex quite a few more buildings were added. So guys, what you hear right now is the actual church bells. This is not music put by me or anything. So a little bit after Maramures, you're gonna get the Bistrița Năsăud County, and this is where the mountains of Rodney Rodney Mountains. I have no idea how they sound in English, but in Romanian it's Rodney. And this is where the waterfall is gonna be, somewhere around that that region. But check out the spectacular mountains, guys. Snow-capped. Just, it's ridiculous how big they are, you know. And they look massive, but they're only, I believe, a little bit over 2,000 meters. So it's nothing, you know, it's nothing compared to the Alps or anything. You know, just think about less than half of the size of the Alps, but they look phenomenal. And no, guys, this is not Switzerland or Austria. This is northern Maramures, near Barsana. It's spectacular in every single way and shape. Although the light, it's in the wrong spot right now. It's right behind the church. This is just spectacular. This is a place that I'm definitely gonna come back, especially, you know, late spring, where you got a little bit of snow on the mountains, and then you get some nice greenery. But check it out, it's phenomenal. I had no idea it was this beautiful. Well, guys, I gotta disappoint you. There's no way to go to the waterfall for obvious reasons, but we're not gonna give up. We're gonna leave it for the next time. There's always a way. So, guys, that was it from the little excursion quest to Maramures. We're heading back to Sibiu right now. It was wonderful, although we didn't get to see the big waterfall. We're gonna see it probably this summer without any doubts. But until then, gratitude should be the only attitude. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Peace.